Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's iOS Update. This time out, a new stereo audio interface from IK Multimedia and a music player app from Adrian Belew. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the iRig Pro Duo, a new audio interface from IK Multimedia. Now this interface is compatible with just about everything. It supports Macintosh, PC, Android, and iOS devices. The interface comes with everything you need to get started right out of the box. All the cables you need to connect to whatever device you're interfacing with, as well as batteries for powering it, and even cables for interfacing MIDI devices. A total of 5 cables come with the iRig Pro Duo. We've got a lightning cable that interfaces with your iOS devices. We've got a USB cable for connecting to Mac or PC, and we've got a cable for connecting with Android devices. We've also got 2 breakout cables that support MIDI input and MIDI output. The iRig Pro Duo can be powered by bus power if you're interfacing it with a computer. If you're using it with an iOS device, there's a slot on the back for 2 AA batteries, and as I mentioned, the batteries do come with it. You can also run it off of a power supply when you have it connected to your iOS device. The iRig Pro Duo features a lot of connectivity. You've got 2 XLR 1/4-inch combi jacks here on the bottom, and those are for line level signals, for microphone level signals, or for instrument level signals like guitar or bass. Around to the side, we have a headphone jack on 1/8 inch, and that has its own volume control. Around here on the top, we have the inputs for the 2 MIDI cables, so MIDI input and MIDI output. Around here on the side, 2 1/4-inch outputs, so you could connect those to monitors or to another recording device. And then we also have switches for phantom power on and off, for direct monitoring on and off, which allows you to do latency-free monitoring when you're recording, as well as a master volume control for the 2 outputs, and as I mentioned, a volume control for the headphone out. The final connection is for hooking up your iOS device, your Android device, or your computer, and then there's an input for the power supply. Using the iRig Pro Duo with your iOS devices couldn't be simpler. Simply load it up with batteries or connect it to a power supply, hook up the multi-pin end of the cable, slides right in, connect the lightning cable into your iOS device, and launch your recorder. In this case, I've got Cubase's loaded up. Now when you do that, as soon as your app opens up, you'll see the indicator lights come on the front panel. They indicate blue. Those will turn red or green depending on the level of signal you're feeding in as well. We've got an indicator for 48-volt phantom power, so if we turn that on, you'll see that it lights up. And we've also got an indicator here to show you MIDI status, whether there are MIDI signals coming in or out. One of the great things about the iRig Pro Duo is how good it sounds. The preamps in this are really high quality. Basically, you can connect all your pro quality microphones, condensers, dynamics, ribbons, route them right into the iRig Pro Duo, and you're going to be able to make stellar recordings. Using the iRig Pro Duo with a microphone is very simple. In this case, I've got a condenser microphone. It's a blue Hummingbird. Just connect it into one of the inputs, turn on phantom power, and we can open up our channel here, and we can see that we've got signal coming in. Adjust the gain using the control on the front panel to where we want it. And we're ready to record. Very simple to use. Now because of the direct monitoring function, we don't have to worry about any latency with this at all. Whether you're recording a vocal, you're overdubbing a percussion part, adding a guitar solo, with the direct monitor turned on, the signal that goes in comes straight back out, and you have no latency issues whatsoever. I'm really impressed with the iRig Pro Duo. It offers you 2 channels that will accept just about any kind of signal, whether line level, keyboard signal, a guitar signal, a microphone, condensers, dynamics, ribbons, just about any input source can feed into this. Simultaneously, it serves as a MIDI interface for controlling your MIDI gear, and you can hook it up to just about anything, an iOS device, Android, or computer. This makes it extremely flexible, it's so portable, doesn't need a power supply, it's affordably priced, really a great solution for recording on the go, as well as at home or in the studio. Guitarist and vocalist Adrian Belew is well known for having played with King Crimson, Frank Zappa, David Bowie, and a bunch of other artists, as well as doing a lot of solo projects. The man is incredibly prolific. He puts out tons and tons of music, as well as paintings and other types of art. And now what he's come up with is a platform for sharing all of that with you, and it's called Flux by Belew. Now, this is a very interesting app. The way the app works is Adrian uploads different pieces of art, whether it's music, whether it's paintings, whether it's graphics, different things that he wants to share. And you can watch those, listen to them on your iPad, your iPhone. You can capture them, you can store them to a favorites list, you can look back in your history, lots you can do with this. Let's take a look at how it works. The way the app works is when you purchase it, it comes with hours and hours of music loaded in. Now this may be everything from a 1-second sound event to a portion of a song. When you press play on the app, you get 30 minutes of music playing back on your iOS device. Now this music is randomly selected from the library so it never repeats, and at the same time, you get random graphics along with it. So if we hit play here, This will play for a while, then another part will come in, another part will come in, and so on. You can skip through the different parts. If you like a particular graphic, you can capture that. You can email it to yourself, or you can store it to your library and use it yourself. You can close out of that. You can also look at your history of what you've looked at. So here's a list of the different songs and things. So if you'd like to find those, the whole song, and purchase that, you can do it. You also can designate a particular track as a favorite. So if a track is playing back that you like, now you can open up your favorites list by clicking here, choosing the one that you were just listening to, and you can play that back again. Pause it. At any time, you can also get information on a particular track by hitting the information button. It'll tell you where the track comes from, give you the lyrics, those sorts of things. So lots of information available there on a particular track. So there's a lot of ways you can interact with this, but where it's really great is just listening to all of the creative output from Adrian Belew. The man does so much wonderful stuff, and this is a great way to get it, a great platform for listening to it, watching the graphics, and really enjoying what he's doing. What's really cool about Flux by Adrian Belew is that it's ever changing. You never hear the same thing twice. The other thing is that Adrian is always uploading new music, so there's always fresh things to discover. It's really interesting to see an artist come out with a new platform for distributing his music to his fans. To close out this iOS update, we're going to let Flux play for a little bit so you can experience some of the music that's in there as well as some of the graphics. Thanks for joining me. I'm Mitch Gallagher.
Well, I wish I was on a rocket ship sailing far beyond the moon. And when gravity lets go of me, I'll fly. I hope we land on a planet where the girls are blue, with visual charms and multiple arms to keep me occupied. I wondered if we might take a dip in the Big Dipper, or maybe hitch a ride on a meteorite around the universe. Then I heard the captain saying, as we passed through Saturn's rings, that deep in space there's an alien race who work